Hey guys, so I'm gonna do a reading for you today. Hopefully, well, I was gonna say hopefully it's a long one, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Can't make any promises, but I am definitely using crystals today. That much is known. I already have a little tourmaline candle that was gifted to me. I've got some basil, some ancient Tibetan basil incense burning at the moment. So just for your information, this is what it's from. So I got this from Vector's Karma. I plugged them before. I'm not sponsored, but I think they're amazing. I really love everything they sell. As the divine representative of Lord Krishna, basil is not a mere plant. It is known as king of the plant. The grammar's funny on here, but like, kept at the doorstep of a house, the basil keeps atmosphere pure and mosquitoes away. Okay, again, grammar, but they're obviously not English, but have written a really good paragraph on this. So it makes you sensitive, killing the fragile and sharpening the senses to encourage concentration of mind. So it has an uplifting effect on depression. It's perfectly safe for inhalation and environment. So yeah, like the quality of your incense is really important because of the incense that it releases, the smoke that it releases, because the more commercial ones, they're unsafe to inhale, really. So just be careful of the incense that you buy, because the quality like does matter, even though I have some cheap stuff as well from when like I can't afford the good shit. Okay, so here's an agate. So just try and pick a crystal that calls to you. I've been vibing with agate lately. This is malachite. Malachite is definitely one of my all-time favorite stones, just because it's like such a beautiful green, and I just love the circular patterns in it. So pretty. So that's the malachite. Then I'm not sure what this is, but I guess some type of coral or something. But yeah, it definitely is like coral reef vibes. What do you feel called to you? So first I'm gonna do the malachite people. Let me just get my decks. So I feel like start with the Earth Alchemy Oracle. As I get more money, I really want to get more decks, because I just feel like it adds interest and you can pull like different bits of information from different things. Ooh, we have a card. Sorry, my door is like open, so I thought I heard something. Obsidian and Hellbore. Shadow Mirror, Deep Healing Understanding, Seer. So it looks like this. Kind of matches my outfit. I really feel like this is I feel like this involves like another person. Wait, I feel like I need to get my Night Sun deck. Okay, so malachite people. I don't know if this is like a romantic thing or if it's just like another person. So just bear with me for this, because I'm gonna get some clarification for you. Right, my eyes itchy. Also, I got my hair cut into this like crazy mullet with some blue, and I got a bridge piercing. Do you like it? Because I do. Right, Night Sun deck is out. We are shuffling. Spirit, can we have some clarity on this like other person? What's going on now? Ooh, Temperance. So maybe you've been very patient with this person, and I think it's saying that in combination, like you guys are mirroring each other. So this could be like a twin flame vibe. It could be just someone that you're close with, that maybe you have a difficult relationship. So it could be like family or someone at work or anything really. But if it does like relate to you that it's a lover, then like this could be that as well. So yeah, obsidian like represents the shadow. It's also called dragon's glass. and it's used to kill bad spirits, or slay your demons, which is your shadow self. So yeah, it's like I get the like the word poison, like you've poisoned each other, but like in a good way. I know that sounds like really weird, but I've just noticed this graphic as well. So there's like a head pouring blood and then like into a vessel of water, and I feel like this is like the sacrifice that has been healed now, and I feel like this is like a warrior angel that has slain the demons. So I don't feel like this is a future journey. I actually feel like this is like what has happened. And I think, let's see what the cards are encouraging. I feel like getting my runes. This is such a random reading. Okay, let me pick a rune for you. Oh, gift. I love this one. This one is really cool because it's the first rune stone which you can like, you know, reverse, and it's the same. But yeah, X marks the spot, kiss kiss, you know. So I think this is probably romantic, like this kind of, I mean, it's not 100% necessary, that's just the vibe I get, but I definitely, you know, this represents abundance and living in the moment. And I feel like, I don't know why, but amethyst is like talking to me right now. I have this amethyst. I got this at the Natural History Museum in London for a really reasonable price for like the size of it. I was like, damn, okay. But yeah, it had this like number on it, and I was like, oh my god, that's my number, so I had to buy it. But yeah, like I feel like carry amethyst with you. It's good for like calming your nerves. I did a reading like about a week ago for like divine masculine, divine feminine, and the message for the feminine was to like stay in your own power. I just saw 7-7, so yeah, this is a spiritual connection. But I just like, I think, yeah, if you carry amethyst with you, it will help you to calm your nerves, and that makes sense with the message that came up with divine feminine last time, because it was like stay in your power and like stay calm, just like keep calm and carry on, you know, because you're doing just fine. Like try not to let like the external world influence your internal world, because it's not it's the other way around, right? It's like your internal world that influences the external world. So as long as you keep calm and carry on, everything is going to work out. You just have to, you know, trust the process. That was like this morning I had like that mantra kind of repeating itself in my head, like just trust the process, trust the process. And like it can be really hard to do, because especially when things are going wrong and it's like getting kind of chaotic, you're like, oh my god, what is going on? Like I don't feel like I can trust this process, because it's like not fun. But you know, everything is a blessing in disguise. Everything inevitably through the cycle of life has to go through the curve downwards and have to hit the rock bottom before it can start going up again. So it's a matter of like going through it as quickly as you can, and the better you, like the more you stay calm while all of that happens, the better you can get through it, and you can like speed through it basically, rather than like getting stuck in that energy. So I feel like let's pick one more card, because like I feel like this is kind of an interesting reading. Actually, I'll just pull however many I'm like called to. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I have pulled the Chariot, and then Queen of Pentacles reversed, and Ace of Swords reversed. So this is interesting. This kind of says that like, who is this talking about, Spirit? I want to know who it is. Okay, I think this is for you, whoever's like hearing this. This is not about your lover or counterpart or whatever, whoever comes to mind that you feel like this like resonates with. But I think this is like you charging forward in some way. So like the Chariot always represents like a fast-paced movement into the future and the balance of space and time. So you see how like there's a lot of like oppositional forces here that are coming together to create like the momentum that you need to go forward. So the Chariot is like a very good sign that you're like moving in the right direction. And again, combined with like Temperance and like the Shadow Mirror is like maybe you guys, because you reflect each other so much, and there's so much like you bring each other's shadows out so much, you trigger each other so much that like that it's that triggering that is like propelling you forwards and moving you in the right direction, even though like it seems kind of crazy and difficult. And I think this journey is making you feel unstable. This is like the Queen of Pentacles reversed, right? So I think it's encouraging you to get grounded. So like this is, I think wait, is that, no, that's air if it's reversed. So like this way it's earth, but I did get the message of earth, so I think it is supposed to be earth. Yeah, so get grounded. Actually that like makes sense, because the last reading I did for Divine Feminine, like the green man came up, and that's kind of associated with agate as well. So you might want to stay to hear the agate message as well, because it could be like a combined message. But yeah, like the agate one, by the way, was like the eye. So this, the message that comes with this later, like might also relate to you, so just like bear with. If you felt like drawn to that crystal as well, then definitely go listen to that as well. So yeah, this like journey is making you feel like unstable in yourself, so it's encouraging you to get back to that place, make some very clear-cut decisions. So you're stagnating a little bit at the moment, probably because you're dealing with a reflection, and like a decision has to happen. But yeah, because these two are reversed, it kind of suggests to me that like you're not quite there yet. But I feel like it's coming in the near future. You know, there's gonna be like a fulfillment and a very clear decision made. Yeah, so that's your reading for, no, actually I feel like it's not finished. Sorry, my like reading styles, whoa, super chaotic. Lava Stone and Red Hot Poker, the Diamond Ray. Okay, so transmuting, breaking down barriers, realizations, high frequency activations, planetary grid work. My body is a safe space, diamond light body. Okay, so there's a lot of like, this is very like opposing forces in a way. I feel like you have the like burning hotness complemented by like the clarity of the diamond ray, like healing light, healing frequency. So this is combining fire and air. Yeah, so then you get like the ash and the smoke, and yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So yeah, I just feel like these patterns as well are very like complementary. Like you see how they kind of like almost like merge together. I think this is just I don't know, I don't get like a lot of message like for you from this, but aside from like maybe some kind of reassurance, like you might have moments where you feel like red hot, and like, you know, in those circumstances, things like amethyst and like lava stones, or anything that's made from like volcanic rock, will really help to like ground you again, because it can contain that kind of heat, you know. So yeah, that kind of stuff will be really good for you to stay grounded. And then it's just saying like whenever you do have those like hot flashes, you know, that will be followed by like a clearing, from like the diamond light body. So I'm pretty sure, well, we just had like the 10-10 like portal opening of like this, and we just had full moon, right? So like there was a lot of cleansing going on. I'm pretty sure the next full moon is going to be extra crazy, so just get ready. But for you, like there's, yeah, that clarity, clearing energy that will always come after those like hot flashes. So like don't worry, just like keep calm, get through it, and everything's gonna be fine. As always. Yeah, that's definitely the reading for you guys for my malachite malachite vibes. Right, just shuffling the cards to cleanse that energy for the next reading. Wow, I feel like a little bit tired after that, but because I've had like a 1 week break from reading, it's like exciting for me to get back to it. Okay, immediately we're going to the agate peeps. I love how these just look like eyes. Look at want to like hold it next to my face. Okay, stop being weird, Grandma. Okay. Okay. Right. Just trying to keep it interesting, you know. I have to be really careful about like touching my face because I can't touch the piercing, but then if I have like a little itch or whatever, then it's like, oh my god. Like raising your eyebrows as well with fridge piercing, it's fresh. It's like, at least like it's kind of calmed down now, but like when I immediately got to it, it was like, wow, okay, I'm really wow, I've not seen this card before. First has the body, guys. I definitely get like big on like celestial goddess vibes. Interesting. I might like read the book for this thing. 11th house friends. I've seen this card like quite a few times come up. Okay, this seems like a wholesome reading so far. I get like a very clear energy, like calming, void of course, moon missing. Okay, I don't really know how to read this just yet, but like, yeah, I got that one and that one. I'm just gonna like look these ones up in the book. I'm just my astrology is not so great, so like I'm gonna start working on that like more and more. But let's see what it says. 25. First house, the body. I am not the perishable body, but the eternal self. Move ahead with confidence, you are rising. First house in astrology begins with the ascendant, the astrological constellation rising over the eastern horizon at the time the chart is cast. Okay, so like when you're born and the stars are like in their configuration at that point in time, whatever astrological constellation that is rising over the eastern horizon, so remember, rise in the east and set in the west, so like makes sense, that is the first house. So first house in astrology begins with the ascendant, and that's the definition of what the ascendant is. So in the natal chart, the ascendant represents the moment you were born. Very important. So like the sun and moon, the first house is one of the most important parts of a horoscope. That's what I just said. First house represents your physical appearance, how your body works, and where your strengths and weaknesses lie. It is the beginning to everything. The first house is also the mask that everyone else sees first. So yeah, like the rising sign or the ascendant sign, mine is Scorpio. So like when people see me, they see me as a Scorpio, but my sun sign is my like true kind of core personality, which is, sorry, my cards are falling everywhere, which is my true personality in a way. Or like my core personality is Sagittarius, which is a very like spiritual freedom seeker, especially when you're like at the end of a cycle. That's kind of the vibe. You're like closer to the death, so you're just like naturally more attuned to that kind of thing. So like if you are Sagittarius or somebody that's placed like that has a birthday towards the end of the year, like you tend to be like more of a go-getter in a way, like you just, you know, headstrong. Yeah, I feel like that's kind of like the message, like it's telling you. Ooh, I just saw the Fool. Let me pull some cards. So like I said, my reading style is like super chaotic. 8 of Wands. Oh, okay, right, this makes sense. So like the body, this is very like about your inner desires and like following your heart and just like doing whatever the fuck you want, like literally doing whatever the fuck you want. So if there's anything that's been like bugging you for a long time, or even not even a long time, but just something that like is really pulling at your heartstrings, like it's saying like you have to go for it, like you have to go for it, because this is like what your body is like pulling you towards, and like your body knows what it's doing, you know. Right, probably like every time I pull this friends card, I feel like, you know, it's like calling on your support system. Yeah, that, okay, this message makes sense now. Like void of course missing, like you've not been on the path that you want to be on. Like you should aim your eye, your third eye, towards where you want to be. Like project yourself into the future, and like considering where you are right now and where you see yourself in the future on this current projection, do you think you will be ending up where you truly where you truly desire? Okay, like you have to sit down and ask yourself that question. I think this is saying like call on your friends for support and their opinions, but just be careful, I would say. Let me just like pull a card for that one, because okay, yeah, so I just pulled 10 of Pentacles in affiliation with a friends card. So like I would say, place your confidence in people that you really, really, really like trust, that you feel like you can truly be yourself. These are the people that you need to like have this conversation with. Maybe they're like on a similar path or something, if that resonates. So like if you have a close friend that is like maybe you haven't like told each other, but you maybe are like having a lot of synchronicities in many ways. I think you find like a lot of comfort in each other. I get a very like feminine vibe from this, so I don't really think this is like a reading for masculine, but who knows, like obviously if this if you feel like it relates to you, then it's for you, regardless of whether you're like dominant, feminine, masculine, whatever you are. But yeah, like this is very much yeah, encouraging you to like network and take advantage of your very close friends that you can place your confidence in to discuss something that's like really intimate. And then let's pull 21, 21, 99. Okay, so like big spiritual acceleration for you this journey. The Hanged Man. Ooh, interesting combos. Hanged Man and the Moon. So this is like a new beginning for you. The Hanged Man, it looks kind of scary, but it's like a state of supreme surrender basically, and like it feels nice to be like just dangling, you know, like to let yourself surrender to the process is actually like very relaxing even though it looks scary from the outside, you know. So it's encouraging you to like follow your heart, follow your true desires, place confidence in your friends, and have those discussions where you need to like get yourself in a place where you feel like you can make these like difficult decisions for yourself. So it's cold, I'm just gonna put this on. But yeah, like, you know, just put yourself first and like place your trust in people that you know you can place your trust in, that you already have faith in. And that can be difficult to discern sometimes. Like I mess up there a lot, especially if you're like a trusting kind of person. So just be really careful with that. Just be really careful with that. I don't really know if I should pull more cards for you. I feel like I should pull like one. You know what? This reading is like quite detailed. So that's like your general journey, but now I'm gonna pull some cards from my God, there's all this chaos when you read. Where's the rest of my... Okay, I've lost some cards. God damn it. Oh, here it is. My notes on deck. So I'm going to pull some cards from my Hush Tarot deck because I want to ask the cards about like this other person, this like confidant is the word, I think. Your good friend, the person that you're going to trust in, because I feel like that's important in your journey. So yeah, just a reminder, you had the body, go for it. Friends, I'm going to ask more about this now, and this is like emptiness that you've been experiencing so far, like to get clearing on that. So who is this like trustworthy friend? I like their vibe. I wrapped myself in this dress quite tight. Okay. Right, who is this person, this trustworthy person, and what role are they going to play in this person's life? Ooh. Put this card, the Knight of Swords. Wow, they're going to help you make a lot of like very important decisions. Maybe you're going to make them together. Well, obviously you're going to make them together. Yeah, I get high, so I just pull the High Priestess. This is like definitely very like feminine energy. Somebody who's really someone you look up to is someone who's like, snotty, someone who you look up to that is that you like, yeah, that you look up to, that you admire. Like, you look at this girl in your life and you like have aspirations with her. Sorry, there's lots of sounds because the door is like half open. Okay, and then I pulled, okay, this is interesting. Wait, let me just like decode this. I get like really earthy, shadowy, but like also light at the same time. So I feel like you're gonna go through like dark times together, but it's not gonna be dark because you're going through it together. That's like the vibe I get. So like all of these cards are like sort of gloomy, like, I don't know, the High Priestess doesn't normally give me gloomy vibes, but like with these cards next to it, I feel like it is. And I'm glad this is reversed because that's what really indicates to me that like this is not it's not going to be heavy. Because like when you look at it this way, you know, it's kind of like, oh, like the focus I feel like is on this part, like coming down. Whereas like when it's reversed, it feels like it's kind of light, you know, like it's just like dangling. So yeah, like shadow work, definitely shadow work coming up, but like you're gonna go through it together. Like that's what this Knight of Swords is. Like you're gonna make the advice is like make clear decisions. Like don't try not to be in between like this and that, at least like for too long. It's okay to obviously contemplate like two sides of the story, that's very important, but at the same time like make sure that you come to a decision and like don't rush it. Obviously, like it's not good to rush anything really, but yeah, I think it is saying, you know, like, so I'm just like reading the cards. Yeah, just like trust, like really trust the birds that talk to you from the inside, you know. That's what I see here. Like the High Priestess, she's like talking to all these birds, like the crow, and I don't know what kind of birds these are. I'm just gonna look that up because like I like to continue learning about these decks and like getting to know them quite well. So what does she have here? Sparrows and usually it says what all the creatures. Oh, it is raven. Yeah, raven and sparrows. So yeah, I get like very, you know, the light and the dark opposing each other, coming into balance, like listening to all of your inner voices because they're leading you in the right way, and like you and your friend are going to do this together. That's that reading. I definitely feel like that's closed now. So that was your Agate message, and for some of the people that had the Malachite message, like that was tied in, which is cool. That's like a lot of detail for you, really. Like half an hour of like full-on stuff. That's quite rare, like in the way I read. Okay, I've got one more people. Just gonna breathe because I've been talking a lot. Let's do a couple breaths together. I do this in my readings because I need it. I was lifting a lot of stuff yesterday, so my back's like really sore. All my trains were delayed as well, which was so long. But we're here now. Oh my god, it just like, this reading is very intense, not gonna lie. I just picked up these stones for you. So I keep thinking of the color red as well for these people. So coral, that makes sense. It's like kind of orangey red. But then I have these like opposing colors, which are a bit like, I wish the camera was a bit better so I could like show you, but I can't afford to get like a good camera right now. I need like a selfie one because I like to be able to like see myself when I'm filming. But yeah, like I don't know why I'm showing you these really, but like I just feel like it's important for you to like maybe receive like healing from these stones or something. The messages I get are very like, maybe you should go to some kind of water body. I know it's really cold, but also the sky is good. Trying to think what it's saying exactly. Definitely get water vibes. Maybe you should be taking a lot of baths. So like if you're somebody that's like not very mobile for whatever reason, yeah, try and take some like warm baths. If you can spend any time looking at the sky, both during the daytime, because vitamin D is very important for health. So like, yeah, if you want your immune system to be good, you need to spend time in like the sun rays, because, and your skin needs to transform the vitamin D. Like that's the only way it can happen. Obviously you can like supplement yourself. So if you're really like stuck indoors and you can't get outside, then supplements, obviously, like that's the next best thing, but it's not the ideal because it's not natural. But you know, what's necessary is necessary kind of thing. But yeah, like even if it's just sitting by a window, like cats do this. Cats, like if they're inside, they will always like sleep or just hang out by the window because they need to get like vitamin D, and so do you. So yeah, there's like random info that came through for you guys. So water body, I hear like starry sky, so I feel like you need to like see the stars at night. I know that can be really hard because of like pollution these days, but try to get somewhere where like you can glimpse them somewhere, or just imagine them. Like if you really can't see them, like imagination is like your best friend because you can see just as vividly, you know. Like imagine yourself astral projecting like into the sky. Like I hope you have dreams. I think, yeah, sorry, thinking of like lots of different things, but yeah, I hope you have dreams that will like take you somewhere, because that's, yeah, that's, I definitely see like so much like morphing and like waviness coming through, like, and coral being in the water. Yeah, so many messages from like 3 stones. Ooh, I pulled this one for you. I actually can't remember what it means off the top of my head. I remember really liking this, which is why I actually like kind of picked up this stone to like put this on, because it's so small and it's like this beautiful like deep red kind of color, which you can't really see on the camera maybe, but it's like really tiny, and I definitely get like a wholesome vibe. And I hear like iron. It kind of makes sense. It makes sense with all of this stuff basically, but like the redness, the boldness. I'm wearing like this kind of vibe today as well. But yeah, like, yeah, I just get this like very warm like blood. Like blood is the like message in a way, because what colors your blood red is the iron that's in it. So just like any rock with iron is like really good. And I kept on like glimpsing at this as well, which is like bright red. So there's something about red today. Indian rose and sweet almond oil. Yeah, I don't know, maybe there's a good smells for you or something for your healing. Yeah, I just get the message of like really try and go into yourself, like really go to your heart, go to your core. That's that message. And yeah, I'll pull one astrology. Oh, I just saw what you need. Solar eclipse or revolution 4/4. So the number 4/4 is probably significant to you coming up, or already. You know, if it already resonates, then that's cool that this is confirmation for you guys. But if you don't have like if you don't have much experience with numbers and angel numbers and stuff like this, the way you can start to communicate with them, it's just like with anything, it's like the more you look, the more you see. So people like wait for things to like be shown to them, but it's actually the other way around. You have to be wanting to find them in order for them to like show up for you. So that's why like belief and faith is so important, because like you can't really see things without wanting to see them first, like without being open to them and like having fun with it. So with the numbers, it's like once you start looking for them, like you can ask spirit to communicate with you through numbers. You can say literally like, dear spirit, please communicate with me through numbers, and just like leave it concise, clear, and like, you know, a wish, put your hands together and The next full moon, I think, is gonna have an eclipse, but don't quote me on that because I'm not totally sure. But I feel like there's, yeah, I think it's more intense because of an eclipse coming up. So I feel like next full moon, be careful. Hello. Yeah?
Dad's going into town at 2 o'clock, so you can have a lift all the way into town.
Oh, amazing. Perfect.
Right?
Yeah, I'm just reading right now, so
Yeah.
yeah.
2 o'clock?
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah. Okay, so solar eclipse. It's your next thing, sorry for interruption. Ooh, sacrifice. Okay, maybe Malachite. The reading for the Malachite people was also relevant for you. So Neptune sacrifice, what does this mean? So I think, wait, we're gonna look up some stuff together. Where is oh, here it is. Okay, number 10. Go catch my breath. Okay. Okay, this is really interesting actually, because like I was talking about dreams to you earlier, and I said I hope you dream. So this, just reading this here, it says the bit that stood out to me, Neptune is the source of many troubles, since this card indicates escapism as well as beauty. So like beauty. So it's in the imagination, in the creativity of like the unknown, of the mystery, of the dark, that the beauty is found, right? To individuate yourself from others, you have to find like you have to be open to looking into like the darkest, deepest depths of your, it's hard to say, darkest, deepest depths of yourself. And that's what the sacrifice is for the beauty, you know. There's no beauty without pain. That's just the nature of things, you know. Like, just look at how, yeah, literally nature, the nature of things. Just look at how nature creates itself with such beauty. It has to accept so much like pain and suffering without even crying. I mean, not that, I mean, I'm sure it does cry in its own way, but you know, we like to humanize everything because you don't really, it takes another level to really see in the way like, you know, plants and nature sees, all the elements. How might the elements experience life? Whatever that means is like a whole other question. But yeah, the whole idea of compassion is based on a keen awareness of the interdependence of all these living beings, which are all part of one another and all involved in one another. That was kind of wordy, but like basically interdependence. I read a bit that I thought was like really good. Where is it? Yeah, I mean, you are being directed into an area which may feel like it is unknowable. Surrendering to the mysterious may work best now. Although nebulous, hazy, and indirect, the energy of Neptune is one of the easiest to see. Where Neptune is placed in a chart is where we are most inspired, but also an area where we deceive ourselves. True that. It is the place of mishaps and bringing on undercurrents of strangeness. For so many, Neptune is the source of many troubles, since this card indicates escapism as well as beauty. Yeah. There is a sense of self-destructiveness and self-sabotage. But again, you know, poetry, music, art, psychic mediumship, also nebulous thinking. So all this stuff is like, yeah, very like mysterious. But can also be some confusion, enchantment, wandering, passivity, secret enemies. I'm just so like transfixed by this card. And I'm sure that's like something for me as well, but it makes sense with like the green, you know. Green is like, green screen is like the illusion, you know. I think that's why nature is all like green, because green with envy as well. So yeah, all these like sayings and like commonalities, like everything is like that for a reason. I think that's your reading. I know like we spent a lot of time on that astrological card, but I feel like for those last people, like the message itself like came in like really mysterious forms. Like I couldn't really read into it much. It came through like stones and guesswork and like looking around and finding like funny clues right here with whatever's like hanging about. So yeah, that was really interesting collective reading. I hope you enjoyed. Please come back for more. You can book personal reading with me. Those have like a whole other vibe, and I really love like talking to people, so like that's very enjoyable. I'm going to offer them at very reasonable rates. Yeah, I'm thinking like for 30 minutes, for 30-minute readings, I'm gonna charge £33, or £33.33, just to like keep it all 3333. And then yeah, like longer readings, I think 60 minutes will be 6666, makes sense, right? So yeah, if you want to book personal readings with me, then like find me on my Instagram. Probably that's the best way right now. I don't have much internet, but find me on my Instagram. My handle is @heartsdesire, spelt like this, but it's hearts_desire. I'll put links, I mean there are links in the description box thing, so you know, all that hashtag like and subscribe. I just don't really like doing that, but yeah, you guys are always welcome. I try to give out like as much free content as I can and share as much like random shit that's going on in my head, because I feel like it's important and it's interesting, and hopefully we can share, because sharing is caring. Yes, that is our reading. My dress just snapped, so I need to like stretch and do things now, but I will see you guys next time. Bye.